Food is energy. As long as you eat, your body has all essential nutrients to keep you healthy and happy. Carbs keep you running, fats keep you warm, and proteins help you stay strong. But what happens once you stop eating? Believe it or not, your body is ready. It has small amount of energy stored in the liver and muscles. Energy is stored in the form of glycogen, which can be easily broken down to glucose and fuel you up. But this lasts only for 6 to 24 hours. What happens after that is a whole different story. It all starts from the brain. The brain has a lot of important functions in our body. One of them is to maintain a certain glucose level. Once your brain detects low sugar level, it triggers alternative sources of energy in order to keep us in the game. After you run out of glucose, your body looks for alternative sources of energy. Apart from carbs, we have two other energy storage units, fats and proteins. But here comes important thing, which makes it a bit more complex. Most of the time, fatty acid, when broken down, cannot be converted to glucose, which is the ideal fuel the body needs. Proteins, on the other hand, can be converted into glucose, but your body saves proteins as the last resort. So what does the brain do to fats to get what he needs? Since fats cannot be converted into glucose, the brain converts fats into ketones. Ketones are water-soluble enough to cross the blood-brain barrier and produce energy all around the body. Let's have a closer look at this process. When our body's glucose level is low, our hormones respond. The insulin level drops and glucagon level rises. What does this do? It triggers the oxidation of fatty acid into acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A enters Krebs cycle, and in a sequence of reaction it finally produces ATP, which is energy our body needs. Our body goes through this Krebs cycle regularly. However, when our body is starved, the level of acetyl coenzyme A rises, above amount that is needed to maintain a proper ATP level. Why? In a simple words, because there is no inhibition in process of production acetyl coenzyme A. So what happens next is the key to surviving. The body converts acetyl coenzyme A into ketones, and that is awesome, because ketones can leave the liver, enter bloodstream, and be distributed all around the body. Once the ketones enter tissues, they are converted back to acetyl coenzyme A and enters the Krebs cycle to produce ATP, so energy. Why are ketones converted back to acetyl coenzyme A after all this work? The reason for all this is because fatty acid cannot cross blood-brain barrier. Are our bodies not amazing? Always finding a way to survive. Last but not least, proteins. After breaking down fatty acids, your never-resting brain is still hungry, so it starts breaking down proteins, essentially eating itself. Remember, proteins are required for the structure, function, and regulation of body's tissue and organs. From a chemical point of view, this process is easier than breaking down fats. First, proteins are broken down into single amino acids. Next, amino acids go through a process called transamination, in which the amino group is removed, and we are left with the alpha keto acid, which contributes in production of acetyl coenzyme A and glucose. This is how we get our energy through proteins. But proteins are essential for all body function. Your body uses protein to build and repair tissues, to make enzymes, hormones, and other body chemicals. Proteins are important building blocks of bones, muscles, skin, and blood. Once your body starts breaking proteins down for energy, your body starts wasting away. First your muscles, then bones, hair, nails, immune system, and finally it can cause cardiac arrest. Simply put, your heart is too degraded to keep beating. In 21st century, this process is still a reality for 795 million people all around the world. Together we can all fight hunger and raise awareness. No matter who you are, you can make a difference. Never forget that.